Alright, the computer have booted a couple of times, and this is the first screen that showed up after booting a couple of times, and it's trying to do the initial setup. So I am going to click. You want to be selecting your region, and then you want to be clicking yes, and depending upon the keyboard layout, and I'm going to skip another layout. And remember the PC name. So who will be using this PC? Remember the naming convention that I told you about. So this is this computer which I've labeled X. So you could use the username and the computer name same. I will try to use the same name. And in Windows 7 it doesn't let you use the name for the computer and the username, but I believe so in Windows 10 you can use the same name as the username and the computer name. So I am going to type in X, and I am going to type in the password, and uh, you want to be setting up the three questions that it asks you. uh, you can put anything. I'm just going to put some random names, and uh, and then I will come back. So I did put the names, and this popped up, and I haven't used the Cortana service, and I mm, do not use it. I'm probably going to say most probably yeah, accept, but I do not use it. I'm going to say remember history and accept, and let it do the final setting and setup. uh, when I do the other computer, I will try to keep the proportion of the windows 1080, and I will try to rotate this phone that I'm recording from. If it doesn't if I do not have a solution like this, uh, I will try to keep it steady with my hand. And because the process is the same, and the setup BIOS and everything is the same, so you will not have a problem setting up the other machine. So the Windows have booted, and this just came. uh, the network setup. Why this message has popped up? Because we have connected the network cable, and we have done the network setup. So this is why this message has popped up, and it's saying, do you want to allow your PC to be discoverable on to other networks? And we want this computer to be easily accessible and available to us. So I'm going to say yes, and uh, voila. And this is probably the basic setup that you want to be doing. So I'm going to click on more detail, go to the like task manager, and to the CPU, and I'm going to show the NUMA nodes. Remember, this was the nodes that I was talking about, node 0 and node 1. And I am going to go to right click and go to logical processes. And remember the settings that we've done. We've enabled the virtualization and hyperthreading. If we did not enable that, the CPU count would be total 6 cores and 12. So it will be total of 12 cores, not the 24 ones, which we have enabled the hyperthreading and virtualization, so that the full CPU cores can be utilized at maximum capacity when doing rendering. So this is probably the setup that I will be doing on all of the Dell T5500 ones, so you can safely use so basically you can use this information to any of the computer that you want to be setting up. The principles are the same. The hardware, it does not matter, the principles are the same. So you can utilize the knowledge that you've gained, that I've provided you, to set up uh, any kind of machine uh, that you want to be setting. This is not particularly to the network rendering or computer related. You can use this knowledge to set up a network for your office or for your home network as well.